Hello Wanderers, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 roleplay experience following Clan Stjarna. And as you will remember, in the last episode, our hero Satordi made a deal with his younger brother Vigfús, and that was that should Vigfús convert to Christianity, take the Lord God as his own, then we would enforce his claims upon our nephew Regrouping, the king of Bjarmaland, putting a good Christian king on the throne of that northern kingdom. And that is what we are going to do today. As you can see, we have declared war against Bjarmaland, and they have an army that is going to be certainly a potential match for ours. He does have a few alliances as well, but is currently engaged in a war in Denmark. So this isn't an opportunity if I have ever seen one. So in order to accomplish our goals, we will need to raise our armies naturally. We will be leading the army ourselves, obviously. Sailing back home to the land where we grew up, the land where we were raised. And this will be our first time returning there in a long time. We did make a journey to a holy pilgrimage at one point, I believe, many years ago. But other than that, we have not since returned to Scandinavia or northern Russia, where Bjarmaland is situated. So we will be raising our armies. We will obviously be calling in our allies, but I think we won't be calling in them all. I think we'll simply call in our contemporary and our compatriot here, Duke Pierre de Gascon. Obviously, he is not particularly kindly disposed to us, but he likes us well enough, and we do have this alliance for a reason. So we will be calling him to war. Now, we could call in the King of Sardinia. However, I am not sure if the King of Sardinia is going to be well situated to join in this war, having to sail his troops all around down here through the Strait of Gibraltar and then all the way up there. That is a long way for an army to go. It's a long way even for our army to go. So we won't call him in unless we need to. I'm not sure if that will be necessary just yet, because we do have access to the Knights Templar, and I think this is pretty much like the perfect opportunity to call in the Knights Templar. After all, we are waging a holy war, essentially a mini crusade, to attempt to put a Christian ruler on the throne of Bjarmaland. So that is going to provide us probably with quite a bit of assistance here, significantly increasing our army and giving us the best chance of winning possible. So we are going to set time going here. We're going to let our army build up. The good Duke Pierre of Gascogne is willing to join us. So, okay, let's make sure our armies get raised. There we go. All right, everybody join in. Let us take command of the army here. There we go. 7,500 troops essentially heading to war here, and we will set sail, take the long journey all the way around. And where are we going to land? Perhaps we will land where Chief Styrkar first landed. Or should we perhaps go directly for the capital of Kolmogorri? As you will no doubt remember, in the previous season, our father, King Styrkar, having landed here at the tribe of Onega when he was but a child, and slowly building up a power base, eventually conquering the lands of Kolmogorri and founding a capital there that is probably significantly more developed and an illustrious city compared to essentially anything anywhere nearby. Kolmogorje is probably the most developed city for until you get to Western Europe or Byzantium or maybe this capital here. I wonder if this is the capital of. Indeed, it is the capital of the Khazars. So it's a pretty important city, and I think it would make sense to land our troops there. From what information we have, King Rikulfir himself is in Kolmogorje now. He has not joined his army in the war in Denmark. So we might have a chance to capture him, which would be ideal. Oh no, our counselor Neptiko died from his wounds. He was our spy master. We probably should get another. Gretier. My god, Count Gretier is. Obviously, you will know him. He is our friend. He is a genius, one-eyed and scarred, having fought in many of our battles. This guy is. He's such a good character. 26 in. In his learning. We're looking here at intrigue. Still, as you can see, he's a very good character. We're not going to reassign our marshal. Perhaps the mayor. But not our rival. No, we wouldn't make our rival the spy master. He hates us. Count Mandak, you're not particularly good at your job. Is there anybody who could take Count Gretier's job? Not really. Alright, so our spy master for now, I think we're going to have to make one of our knights Tipo. Simply because I think we're going to need a spy master, considering we're going to war, and as you can see, unlike our father, we do not know how to intrigue. That is just not in our skill set, so we'll have somebody who's at least semi-competent at his job to do that for us. Let's take a look and try to see where our ships are. Here they are, sailing, and as you can see, the forces of Gascon are sailing with us, and we're all going to head north here. Supply is going to become a major issue here. We are basically as far away from our own lands as we can. We have a very big army, and basically we want this war to be over with as soon as possible. Otherwise, all of our men are going to die of starvation, and if the enemy army does come and hit us when we are in that state, we've got almost no chance. Now, we did try to aim this campaign. As you can see, we are getting into late February here when the army is about to land. We're probably going to land sometime early March, it looks like. And that's pretty much perfect. As you can see, the snows are still affecting these lands, and that would be a big problem for us as well. Our troops, while originally mostly Nordvina warriors who came from Bjarmaland, we now have a significant portion of Basque soldiers in our armies, in addition to the Knights Templar, who are not going to be used to these winter conditions. So we timed this campaign to be coming into spring, the early spring, so that we'll have as much time fighting and campaigning in the spring, the summer, and the fall as possible, hopefully finishing this war in 1 year before winter strikes again. That's the idea. That is what Satordi's plan has been. He is not necessarily a major strategist, but he is a skilled warrior, and he does have the aid of some pretty significant warriors here and counselors. Obviously, Sverker is a brutal warrior. Count Gretier is himself extremely knowledgeable on matters of war, and we are generally well served by our companions in the army. So here we are, the landing of our forces. Once again, well, we won't be setting foot into Kolmogori until the siege is over. But once again, Satordi has made his way home and is now at the head of an army laying siege to the city that he once called home and that which his father once ruled over. So we shall see how this siege goes. We'll have to see where the enemy army is. It looks like they may have a chance to return from Denmark soon, and there is the possibility that he will be bringing in some other forces here. As you can see, forces are fairly similarly matched. Obviously, the King of Denmark is joining him, and the Jarl of Visby are joining King Rikulfir. They have the advantage, though. They are on their home turf. They have probably way better access to supply. We are going to run out of supply very quickly. We need to conquer some lands. We're going to need to split our army up so that we can resupply if this campaign goes on for any length of time at all. With any luck, this will just simply be a surgical strike at the heart of Bjarmaland. If we can capture King Rikulfir here in Kolmogori itself, that will be undoubtedly our crowning glory, essentially. Not crowning ourselves, but crowning our brother. But, of course, while this is happening, things are going on back home. So, as you can see, our son, Styrkarthi, has just finished a lesson held by Erard on the management of the treasury and the gold therein. Styrkarthi seems to have taken the lesson to heart with a reinforced sense of justice. He is constantly talking about how everyone from the highest Jarl to the lowest stable boy plays their part in the economy of the realm. Wow, our son could become just. Well, we're definitely going to do that. We are just ourselves, so obviously we want our son to be just too. And as you can see, it's turning out pretty good. Patient, brave, and just. Probably 3 of the best traits you could possibly ever hope for in an heir, honestly. It's not super even. His intrigue's going to be low, but I mean, he's going to be a good guy. That's for sure. The siege here is slowly winding down, and I imagine we have brought our eldest son here on this campaign. He is 13 years old. He's old enough to serve as our squire, essentially, and we've probably brought him here with us to see the homeland where his people came from, where the Nordvina people came from. Imagine that experience, being a young boy of 13 years of age, your father at the head of a massive army sailing all the way across Western Europe past Scandinavia and landing here in Bjarmaland, this crazy northern land, just complete forests everywhere, the heavy snows. Like, he comes from Basque country. Like, obviously they're probably going to get snow up in the mountains, and I've never been to this region of the world, but I imagine it doesn't get that snowy other than in the mountains. So this is probably quite the experience for a young man like this, and I suspect that this will stay with him for quite a while. Now the siege is slowly winding down here. I think 10 more days, 9 days, just a few more here. Will we capture the enemy ruler? Put your bets in the chat right now. We'll see. Do you think we're going to catch him, or is Rikulfir going to escape here on this final day? I don't think we're going to get him, but I would be happy if we did. Oh, we didn't, but we did capture his son. Is this his heir? No, okay, so this is one of his lesser sons, I suppose you could say. Let's see here. This is his 3rd son, so not significantly important. He does have, looks like his heir. Who is his heir? Yeah, Styrbjorn. Oh, interesting. It's not his eldest son that is inheriting for some reason. It is his second eldest son who is inheriting, probably because he's more badass, honestly, from the looks of it. Yeah, his eldest son is a coward, callous and forgiving, and a pretty man. But his younger son is impatient, calm, arrogant, strong, though wheezing. So, well, we don't know the politics of Bjarmaland right now, but we know what the politics are gonna be. They're gonna be us essentially putting our younger brother on the throne here. As you can see, Gasconia is taking over Onega here. We are gonna split our army up. This is hopefully to manage our supplies here a little bit. So we are... Let's see. Will we be gaining some supplies here? Oh, no, I see. The icon is still... No, we will not be gaining. Can we split our army in such a way? No, okay. So obviously the Knights Templar are all going to stick together. So I'm going to send them... probably here over to Povenets to kind of back up the Gasconese here. And we'll keep our army here to hopefully get some supplies once the Templars leave. Are we still losing no, okay, we are finally gaining supplies now. So we're gonna get some supplies and then we're probably going to bring it over to the other army, and then that should get them resupplied. That's my hope anyways. Oh, actually, oh yeah, we'll improve to well supplied in about 3 months. So yeah, we'll bring some supplies over to the other parts of our army. Ooh, okay, interesting. The enemy is landing. Should we recall the Knights Templar, or should we try to assist the Gasconese? Yeah, we probably should try to assist them here. Looks like they're about to get into a big battle. Well, the Knights Templar, are they gonna even reach it in time? They're not. Okay, you should probably pull back. Let's see if they can make it here to back to Kolmogari to reinforce. As you can see here, we do have another trait or perk to pick. We are going to go with Bellum Justum, get that cast's belly cost reduced, because we want to go down the strategist focus. And I think now that we're a little bit older, I think it would make sense that we're switching our focus from chivalry necessarily and our own physical combat to strategy. We are, after all, being a little bit more strategic here in how we are approaching this war. Okay, so, and the Knights Templar they have run out of food. Can you stop here in Onega to maybe get resupplied? Or maybe they can pick up some supplies from our ally here. It appears our wife has had a miscarriage. That is unfortunate, but we do not know that this has happened. That is far away. There's definitely no way we are going to get any information sent from Navarra to here. So we're gonna bring the Knights Templar back to Kolmogari. We'll reinforce them with this army. That should get them somewhat resupplied. Looks like they ate the majority of the food there. And that will have to last us for a little bit. Our other army is also running out of food. We knew that this was going to happen potentially. Okay, so can we get you guys? How can we get you guys food? There's got to be some way that we can get our armies resupplied. We could split off the Knights Templar once again. Potentially throw them over here in Onega. Try to resupply again with this army. And let's see, supply limit 1705, supply limit 1000. Okay, so actually if we send this army here, that would be better. And then we can send the Knights Templar here to Kolmogori. Or even just... Oh, actually, supply limit. Okay, the supply... I thought the supply limit was the... Oh, this is for Kolmogori. Okay, yeah. So. Forgive me, still trying to figure out this game that I've played for many years, apparently. So there we go. All right. So our army should be able to at least partially resupply. The Templars are going to pretty much starve, but at least our main armies will be able to get somewhat resupplied. Are they going to come in to try to attack us, though? It looks like they are kind of gathering up. Yeah, okay, we are just gonna make it here. Better get the Templars back. Can we retreat? If we retreat across the river, I'm wondering if they'll even try to attack us. If they don't, then they could easily just siege back all of these places. The supply issue is going to become... definitely going to become a problem here quickly. I would almost like to maybe engage them in a battle here before our troops are completely undersupplied. I mean... is there anything we could do? Call in the King of Sardinia? Our son needs somebody to take care of him for now. Why don't we have... We'll raise him ourselves when we get back, anyways. Regrouping Stjarna. Oh, this must be like another one of his sons. Oh yeah, he named him after himself. Well, we're definitely not going to give him back either of his sons. Should we call him the King of Sardinia? He's got a lot of troops. They'll probably run out of supply too, but it might be worth it to see how much he can help anyways. Alright, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna gather up their forces and then join us in a battle here? Maybe. Looks like they might be backing off cowardly. Who died? Skjolder? Oh, the Prince Bishop Skjolder has passed away. We need a new Chancellor. Count Mandak. You are relatively competent at that. Very well. Count Mandak, you can take that position. 7,000 troops. They are poorly supplied. Honestly, this might be our best chance to... yeah, if we can get them split up here, we might even have a chance of... oh yeah, we might catch a small portion of their army here. Let's see how this is moving. Looks like they're going to be there in 30 days. We're going to be there in 13. Attacking both of our armies, it says we've got the advantage. Yeah, our army's starving. They've got more commander traits. What about if we put ourselves in charge? Apparently, that makes it slightly more unlikely. Is Sverker really that much better than us? Honestly, I don't think we would be putting Sverker in charge. I think we would just be doing it ourselves. I'm just wondering, they're going to be gone in 15 days. We're going to be here in 15 days as well. Are we going to catch both armies, or are we only going to catch half? I only want to catch half. So let's see if we can catch them here. Yeah, okay. Looks like, well... alright, we're going to have to see how this goes. The enemy armies are both gathering in on us. Can we... looks like... okay, well... we might not be able to win this battle. We shall see. Yeah, okay. We did not manage to... We might have to retreat. Our Gretier was died in battle. Yeah, okay. We're going to have to pull back here. We're retreating all the way to Kevrola. All right, let's see what happened in there. This is an interesting thing about fighting in a war that's so far away. As you can see, we lost Count Gretier in the battle, and we also lost Irenaeus. Not really sure who that is. So that was a bit of an unfortunate outcome there. But I think we can still kind of pull this off. I'm tempted to potentially even just return back to our lands, resupply, get our army back up, and then potentially return here next year. It's November. It's going to be winter. We might have to continue the war in the next year. I think that might actually probably be our best option. I think that, yeah, we are going to return back home here. So indeed, we are going to return back to Navarra here with our army. We're going to have to set sail. I don't want to embark my troops because we will probably lose a lot to attrition if we go that route. We're going to just try to disband our army. Unfortunately, we have to wait till the enemy armies are no longer around. We'll send our troops back essentially in smaller groups to try to make their way down the river rather than embarking our entire army and going that way. It will take them 10 months to return home, but it would take a long time to return anyways. Duchess Oneka, my wife, frets all day, evidently attempting to find the right words. At last, as we make our way to dine, she begins sheepishly. My husband, I heard rumors of Agir, the Sheikh of Huesca, has come to see you as the focus of his enmity. He maintains he is personally wrong by your continued rule of his rightful domain, Zaragoza in particular. Inconsequential prattle, I am sure, or ha, that venomous fool. Zaragoza is ours. You can try to take it if you wish. So I would like to disband my army. Like I said, you take significant attrition when you are sailing, and you have no supply in your army. So a little bit of a mechanics gimmick here, but that is how the game is to be played, unless they come to do battle with us here. No, okay, they are going to retreat. That should give us a chance to disband, send our army back home, and recover a little bit anyways once they do. There we go. So now, as you can see, we can disband our army rather than taking an intense amount of attrition on our way back home. So we will have to take some time, though, to build our army back up, maybe to let them return home. We're probably going to give it a year, and then we will set sail again, probably potentially in December, and once again try for another spring campaign. So as you guys can see, this war will not be ending here in this episode. It will be continuing on into the next one. Leave your predictions, leave your suggestions on what we should do, and we shall see if we can take it in part 2. Will we conquer Bjarmaland in our brother's name? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.